his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Down. 10 Lobo. X3. 218. Chop. Sit.
They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing. Young. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Young from the shotgun. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Steve Young. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. This is caught at the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rob Gronkowski, 69 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken short. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the ready. Run. Watching you run. I know you ain't got it. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 65 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. Wiggles free. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
First and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Young. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Get wide. Slam. Protein spill. Go, Jeff. Ready?
Looking to throw again on second down. Young forced out to his left. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the defense. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. Raheem Mostert, 84 yards, and his guys have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted, and now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Tucker now. Touchdown. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Ready up.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Back on your what? No. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Young. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker now to add the point after. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. He's got the first down and more past midfield. There he goes, right side. Touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 65 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown to the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Young looks to throw on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Young now, 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Yep. Come to me.
From the 31, Young. He'll take his shot for the... And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Terry McLaurin, 31 yards. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Mostert. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mostert. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Here we go. Mike, Mike, 55.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Holt. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Devin Hester, 40 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to... Now Young loses the football. It's stripped, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 50. Check 9, check 9.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let him know, let him know. Shift.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
But when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Mostert. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Malcolm Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Holt. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Room here to run. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 22-yard. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
60 outlaw. Check. Crunch.
1st and 10. Young. Flushed out right. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rob Gronkowski. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2.
Five. Leo.
From the gun, Steve Young. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Back now in Miami. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams.
There he goes left side. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 44 yards. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown.
That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Johnson. An 80-yard touchdown, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. Now here's Young. Buying time to his left. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken very short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Lewis here on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now Mostert. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down. Keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
I know you're looking at the scoreboard clock. We're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. The bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it. A costly turnover. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. He's back to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. Now a stoppage here. We'll get another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, Dickerson. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Watch the screen. Chopper. Hey, box truck.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. On fourth down, Young steps away to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're
Man, oh, that with the